Hello guys, I received a request to make a tutorial on F2L, so I figured I would go into depth just with a tutorial on F2L. So, scramble the key really fast. This is my Dian Guhong that really hasn't been lubed, and it's very poppy. So, F2L is basically, rather than solving a layer at a time during after the cross, it's solving both layers at the same time. So if we just solve the cross here, cross done. Alright, so F2L is basically, if we were to look at this for a sec, it would be something like this, where we insert two at a time. And it's a very complicated process at first, but once you practice a ton on it, then it becomes very easy, and it's hard to see through the viewfinder. So F2L is when you solve this. So I'm going to go ahead and go over several cases. There is an ideal case and a non-ideal case for when you're doing F2L. Basically, we're going to work on one side at a time here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to pick a corner, we're going to put it above where it goes. In this case it's the white, blue, and orange corner. And it belongs with this orange and blue piece. And the best case here is when on top you have opposite colors. Basically we're going to try and match them up and put them in the correct place. And basically when this is on, the white is on the right side here, and they're opposite on top, all you have to do is just RU R prime. Because all you're doing is you're lining them up, and this is displaced, you're lining them up with this, and then you're bringing them down. So yeah. Similarly, if the white is on the left side and they're opposite on top, we can have a really easy case, and we're gonna have to rotate the cube for this because, like with the right, we had it like this, but now we need it's like this, so we're gonna have them opposite here and just do the opposite. L prime U prime L. Lining them up, then bringing them over here and bringing them down. Okay, the thing about F2L is it just requires a lot of practice, and there are so many cases that it's very hard to, at first, understand what's going on. So here we have the white on top, and this over here. Now in this kind of case, we have to pay attention to the edge. In this case, the edge, we want to line it up like that. Line the bottom part up. And then we're going to push it away from where it goes, because it goes this way, but we want to push it away. And then we're going to bring this over here to line it up. We've just lined it up, and then we can just pull it back. And you should know how to insert a pair like this. You can either do this, or you can do a sledgehammer, which is R prime F, R prime F prime. And that's a way to get certain PLL cases. Alright, so there's also a lot of times where you get stuff like this, where you're like, okay, it's on the left side, good, all I have to do is R prime, nope, wait, that's unoriented. So basically what we need to do is match these up some other way. Now, the way I do this, because you don't want to mess up your other F2L pairs while doing it, because if we were to, the way you would go about doing this is, you would hide this piece here, bring this over to line it up when we push it back up. So it's just like that, and then we would insert it. But if we were to just do that in this position here, take note, we have only all but one solved. You can see we've displaced this one, so you want to be careful about how you do things. So a lot of times we're going to get cases like this, and by the way, that last case is mirrorable if it's on that side. Once again, you just hide it and line it up. Alright, so you're going to find a lot of cases like this where, like, what the heck am I supposed to do here? Well, this requires a bit of intuitive thinking, rather than having to do something weird like that, and you're going to have something weird happen. You can get a lot of weird cases. So like this one, when they're connected bad, this has always been my least favorite case, and I just recently learned an algorithm to stop it. Basically, there's two ways you can do this, but I'm going to show you only one way because there's only one good way to do it. An algorithm. Because primarily if you wanted to do this, what we'd do is we'd put it over here so we don't mess anything up. We can mess this up because it's not solved. We would hide this, move that out of the way, and you can see we just have this case where we just do that. But alright, so if we have it like this on the right side, it's sort of like the beginning of a Y perm, R prime, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, and then from there we're going to do a D prime rotation, and then you can see here we have little d, by the way, we have a perfect case here. So as weird as that is, it works and you can do it very fast and efficient. Sometimes you get a lot of cases where unwanted edges will be flipped. Rather than having to move these out and line them up some other weird way, like the long way of doing it, there's a lot more efficient ways to do it, and most people say 8 moves or less should be each F2L pair, so that was obviously around 8, which is not necessarily what we want. So an algorithm to fix this, it will swap just these two, flip them, so it's okay. Another case that you might run into is if you may not even have to do this yourself, it might just come up where these two are opposite of each other, and this would take a while to fix anyway without some kind of nice algorithm. The side effect of swapping just these two, it will swap these two as well. Just do R2, U2, R2, U2, R2. Okay. And last case I'm going to kind of go over is this. This is pretty simple. It's where, once again, where they're connected, which can be very annoying. But basically what we're going to do is, whenever you have them connecting, the easiest thing to do is just to move them over here, out of the way, and then you can split them up by hiding one of them, moving the other one out of the way, and unhiding it. As you can see here, we just have the case where we line this edge up. Alright, and now I would like to go over some advanced F2L things. I'm just going to go ahead and scramble the cube for this. The reason they're not really advanced tricks or anything, it's just more ways if you don't know full OLL, such as me. I am in the process of learning it, but I still sometimes use these tricks. So, cross here. Alright, so F2L, I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough whilst I go to there. So, first thing we see is these two here. All we have to do is move them out like that, and we have a perfect case. And without having to try and do some rotations, we can... the main thing about F2L is you don't want to do rotations, because it slows you down. Here we have connected pieces. We've got to also take into account that this cannot be messed up, but all we have to do is hide it, move it out of the way, unhide it. And rather than doing a rotation and finding it, where does it go? What we can do is, it goes here. Yeah. Alright. Here we all have a pretty easy case, since we can mess up this stuff here. And then, perfect case. And then here we have a pair already done. And rather than inserting like this, you can see we have a 2 case. We can use sledgehammer, which, like I just showed you, this time it's on the left, so it's L, F prime, L prime, F. You can see we have a line now. And sometimes that will benefit you, and it will give you a one-look case, sort of like winter variation, I believe, except it doesn't solve OLL for you. So I hope this tutorial has helped. And F2L is very intuitive. I will post a link to Bad Mephisto's F2L algorithm page. I really recommend not learning a bunch of algorithms for it. You can learn some for the hard cases. But the main thing about F2L is it takes a lot of practice. When I started learning F2L, I was averaging about, I think, 50 seconds with the beginner method, and it took me about a month of a couple hours of practice every day to finally get my times faster and back down. Because at first when I started learning it, your recognition is very slow, and it will make your times probably about twice as worse as your best times were, and that's normal. Just push through it, keep practicing, and you'll get better. That's the only tip I can give you, really, is that. And just rather than focusing on going fast, the best thing to do with F2L, even for world record speed cubers, is to take it slow. Slow being the person's slow, not slow as in everyone's speed of slow. Like, some people's slow might be this, but highly unlikely. But take it slow so you can try and look ahead. And the final tip is to do the cross on the bottom. If you do the cross on the top still, I highly recommend you start making the change now, because my problem was I was doing cross on the top and trying to learn F2L, and it did not work out very well because I'd have to flip the cube. I was just learning OLL. I'm like, okay, I can't find anything. If you solve the cross on the bottom, you can find at least one pair easily. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like if you like this video, and if you would like some more F2L videos or any other cubing videos, please request them down below. And if you enjoyed it and want to see more of these, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.